Hey guys, what is up? It is your friendly neighborhood here, back again with another Isaac Bring Run. This time, we're starting with Holy Mantle. I haven't actually done a Holy Mantle run in quite a long time. I do think this is one of the better items to break the game with. There's a lot of ways to abuse it. So hopefully we can show that off in this run. If we can't, that's fine. I'm sure everything will be alright. So, I'm sure you've heard by now that I got in a car crash yesterday. And it kind of sucked ass. Wasn't a huge deal though. I mean, it's kind of a huge deal. The car is like not drivable anymore. But I don't think it's totaled. I'm pretty sure it's just a very small thing that prevents it from driving because I got hit directly on the fucking wheel. Ooh, 15 cents. And the other guy completely understands he was entirely at fault and everything is pretty much okay. I just gotta settle shit with insurance. I don't know if I do or if my parents do. I'll figure it out. Regardless. It's their car, so I don't know. But things will be sorted out. Everything was cool. Everything was walked through by the police officer who initially showed up. So everything is pretty much settled. And it's all good. So, good. The best part about it, though, the best part about the whole situation is the fact that, I mean, firstly, I saw it coming. Like, that was terrifying. That was fucking, like, hot damn. Okay, it was probably, like, one of the scariest moments of my lives. My lives? I have multiple. I'm sorry. Of my life. It was probably the scariest moment of my life. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a car careening at you at... I mean, it wasn't that fast, thankfully. It was probably going about 30 when he veered to pretty much be aimed towards me. He slowed down a good amount before actually colliding with me, which is awesome. I'm very thankful for that. But I saw it coming from quite a ways away, and seeing a car careening at you at any speed at all, and you literally can't do anything but sit helplessly and just, you know, wait and hope. Especially when it's on the driver's side. That's fucking terrifying, and fuck that. So fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. Never driving again. I'll be back on the road the second I have a car. I don't know. It's the first time I've gotten a wreck in my life, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that it was a super, I guess, controlled incident might not be the best way to put it, but that's kind of the way that I see it. Because it really was, like, the guy, he was cool about it. He wasn't trying to, like, bamboozle me or anything like, oh, I didn't see, oh, God, I'm gonna take you to court. Like, no, he was like, oh, shit, fuck, dude, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I feel fucking awful about this shit. And he was clearly visibly pissed off about it. As you should be if your car gets into a wreck. And his car was way more fucked up than mine, which I'm okay with. Of course. So that's cool. He was cool about it. And there's not going to be any tricky shit when it comes to insurance, hopefully. We're not there yet, but I'm gonna make the assumption that because of how he reacted and the fact that, you know, I have his insurance info and all that shit, I don't think there's gonna be anything tricky about it. I think it's pretty much just gonna be file a claim for, you know, at his insurance company, and he's gonna go to court because he's at fault, and being in Illinois, we are a... what's it called? Like a fault state or something like that. Basically, whoever's at fault is responsible for, like, all the stuff, right? It's not like a 50-50 split. Apparently there are states where it's like, it's like both people's insurance are involved. It's not like that here. It's just whoever's at fault, it's on their insurance to take care of everything. Something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'm not a lawyer. Again, this is also the first time I've ever been in an accident, so I don't know. These are partly assumptions, but they're mostly like educated guesses built from gleaned understanding from people talking about it, so. But I would never want to go through that entire experience ever again. Never, ever, never, ever, never, 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 ever, never, 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 fucking never. It was awful. It really was. Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt bad for the guy, because, like, his car... I mean, the thing is, immediately after the crash, we both... Oh, fuck. We both got out of the cars, right? Mine was still on the road. He was able to get his off the road nice and quick. Fortunately, before his car, like, fully fucking stopped working. He was able to get it off the road, because it was a very busy street. But we got out of the car, you know, we chatted, he called the cops, blah, blah, blah. And he was very visibly upset, because it's like... He cared a lot about his car. And I felt sorry for him, but, like, I don't know, man. At the same time, I feel, the thing that I think I should be feeling is like, haha, take that, bad driver. But, like, he seemed like a nice enough guy, and that kind of makes me seem like a douchebag. But fuck, dude, I hate how people can't drive. Like, this was a guy who more or less ran a red light. And then in order to avoid a collision, he fucking veered off course. He did the thing, it's the first fucking thing you learn when you're learning to drive, which is, if something is in front of you, do not fucking veer. Don't do that! And he did that. And that's how the crash happened. So, like, part of me is like, I guess I'm just like, hey, take it, bad driver. But then part of me is just like, oh, I feel bad. This guy clearly cared a lot about his car, and now it's kind of, it's not totaled. I'm sure he could get it fixed up, but something with, like, the front axle's fucked or something like that. He had to get it towed. I did not. Well, maybe I should have. It was sorted out, like, the mechanic that showed up, the cop called in a mechanic, right? And by the way, I said in the video that I put out I wasn't going to talk about it in the Isaac video, but fuck it, here I am talking about the entire situation again. Listen, if something like this happens to you, trust me, you're going to want to talk to people about it. That's just how shit works. Anyway, I guess I'll blow this up, just for completeness sake. So, yeah, the cop called in a mechanic to get shit sorted out, because the other guy's car was clearly, like, inoperable. And so it was like, okay, well, let's call him into tow. And then he checked out my car, and he's like, oh, like, the fucking tire something, like, that tire bar, I don't know what it was, something like that, is bent. And then the cop was like, he's alright to get home, right? And he's like, yeah, you should be able to go get home, because obviously they knew my address. And it happened close enough to my house that it was true enough, but so I don't know if you've ever driven a car that has, like, misaligned wheels, because that's what it felt like, was misaligned wheels, because I turned the steering wheel, like, in order to move straight, oh, this seems good, in order to move straight, my steering wheel wasn't straight. It wasn't. And the car kept starting and stopping, and the brakes were, like, I guess misaligned, or at least one of the brakes was, because every time I broke, it was like, it was very clearly braking from one side. It was a very, I don't know, it was a very bizarre situation. May have been, I mean, I'm gonna need to get it towed at some point, so, meh. Okay, well, I'll buy this. I'll buy this. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get it towed at some point, because that shit's not, I'm not driving that shit more than, like, you know, a fucking block or two. Yeah, basically, I mean, like, this is the worst case scenario. Well, the worst case scenario is if I actually got injured, of course. Or he got injured. Or the car got completely totaled. Those things could have been a lot worse than this. But this is a pretty bad situation considering the fact that my parents are out of town. and they won't be back until next week. So it's a mess. But I'm in contact with them on the whole thing, so everything should be okay. The only problem is because, like, I don't know. I've always just assumed it was because I'm a fucking weirdo, and it's like an anxiety sort of thing. But to a lot of people that I've talked to, who, you know, in fairness, a lot of people I talk to also have social anxiety issues and shit like that. But everybody I talk to is like, yeah, dude, I fucking can't handle phone calls. And I'm like, yeah, I can't. Fuck phone calls. They suck. So, hopefully I'll be able to figure it out. I'll be able to overcome the fear of phone calls, I guess. I mean, I find it, I don't know. I've talked about it a lot, how, like, my main issue with my anxiety isn't necessarily the feelings that my anxiety gives me. It's more the idea that I am a logical person, and anxiety is pretty much, like, innately illogical, right? So I can understand how illogical I'm being with the situations that I have to deal with anxiety, and I'm just like, man, this fucking is stupid. Why don't I just stop this? And then I try, and obviously it's not that easy. If it was that easy, you know, the world would be a better place, I guess. But it's not that easy. So that's where the frustration comes from, for me. I would like any way to increase my DPS, please. Okay. So this shouldn't be too terribly bad. The ending of this fight, at least, shouldn't be too bad. If he stopped leaping, that would be awesome, though. I really don't appreciate it. I don't approve of it either. He didn't run it by me first, which I'm really starting to... How did that hit me? What the fuck? Oh, God, I hate this game sometimes. That didn't hit me, dude. That was so bullshit. Oh, well. I will say, though, the worst part about the entire car crash experience is the adrenaline high you get after a crash. That was fucking awful. Because I don't know if you've ever had like a legitimate adrenaline high. Most people know the feeling of adrenaline, right? That's the thing. Stop being so accurate! I hate gushers. Okay. Most people have experienced adrenaline at some point in their life. It's a very not uncommon thing. But the adrenaline rush that I got, the adrenaline high that I got, the adrenaline high that I got immediately after the car crash, basically the moment I saw him veering towards me is when it picked up, was something else. And coming down from that adrenaline high was awful. I was just shaking. I was like, there's nothing to be afraid of, yet I am shaking violently. I do not like this. This is not what I like. And like, I've had adrenaline highs before. Like, I've been in near crashes, actually. More than once in my life. And every single time it's been a pretty big adrenaline high, but like, this was something else. This was fucked up. Like, I probably could have fucking pushed a car in park like an entire mile down the road. Because of how much fucking adrenaline was pumping through my veins. I don't know if I want this. I'm gonna take it, though. I'm gonna regret it, and I know that, but fuck it, man. It's not too bad, actually. The main issue with Tech 2 is how low your damage gets, and my damage is not too bad. Yep. Fuck this room. The issue with this room is the fact that the quick way to do it essentially requires you to get hit. Which I don't think I have to explain to you why that's fucking dumb. But whatever. I do really hate that Tech 2 doesn't actually get affected by Ouija board effect. Spectral tear effect. Can you fuck off? How do I kill you? 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 Greed. How do I kill you? Greed. Fuck, dude, I can't. The bullets move so fast. I can't dodge. No. I don't know if I told the story about the near crash I was in the fucking desert. I don't know if I told that story. I definitely told the story about my brother getting into a wreck and it kind of devastating him. And the worst part about it was the fact that there were, like, legal problems that went on for fucking years for him. So that was the bigger issue. But in the fucking desert, we were on a road trip. My family. We were on a road trip to, like, I guess, southwest in the country. We were visiting Grand Canyon, and we were going to New Mexico because my grandparents, they bought a house in Santa Fe, and we were visiting them, and then we went to the Grand Canyon. Just a big old road trip. What ended up happening, though, in New Mexico, I said New Mexico, right? I'm hoping I said New Mexico, because that sure would be awkward if I said something weird like New Zealand. We were on the way back. We had actually finished our trip, and we were on the road to return home, and we were in New Mexico, so, like, immediately after we started leaving, and, big sandstorm hit. Big sandstorm. Not like the meme song, but like an actual fucking sandstorm. Like, the air is filled with sand. Just, it's everywhere, right? It's fucking blinding you. You can only, like, visibility 5 to 10 feet at most. Awful, right? Awful stuff. And mostly it was because that area is actually pretty well known for having frequent sandstorms because of the way that the wind interacts with the, not really mountains, but like tall hills nearby. And they act as just big ol', like, reservoirs of sand that whenever a wind blows, it's like breaking the dam of sand, and it just blows off onto the highway, and huge sandstorms. Awful stuff. So sandstorm hits, we're like, okay, that's fine. We're driving real slow. My dad's going maybe 25, 30 miles an hour. Which, I'll admit, might be a little bit fast, but we were trying to get home, right? We're on the highway. It's not like we got all day. I hate you, Krampus. It's not like we got all day. We actually have somewhere to be. So, yeah, we're going like 25, 30, and everything's looking alright. And then suddenly, we get a glimpse of a fucking car that is at an angle that would not be driving down the road. Just a flash of it, right? Directly in front of us. So it's like at a, not quite a 45-degree angle to the road, right? But it's clearly not driving. My dad slams on the brakes as hard as he can. Slams on the brakes as hard as he can, and we fucking all scream because, like, holy fuck, there's a car. And then what ends up happening is that we see another car, right? As we're slamming on the brakes, going fucking, like, decelerating super hard, we see another car at a similar angle, right? And then my dad, being the fucking amazing human being that he is, he ended up guiding us directly between the two cars, which had both independently crashed into two other cars. We got between them, and right, it was great, okay. We got between them, and there was actually like exactly enough space for us, right, in our car. And so we glide through, and then we go like 5 miles an hour the rest of the way. Cars just on the side of the road, crashed into each other. Huge, huge, huge pileup, right? Terrifying shit. We didn't crash, and we were able to get past by going 5 miles an hour until we were out of the sandstorm. And it was fucking awful. And I actually hurt myself. I hurt myself in anticipation, right, of the car crash. If you've ever, like, anticipated injury, you generally hurt yourself. Not, like, break a bone. You can. Technically, that's a possible thing. You can anticipate injury and break a bone as a result. Technically. It's not a frequent thing that occurs, so don't worry about it. But you will generally get, like, some wicked soreness just from your muscles clenching super hard. So that's what ended up happening. And it fucking sucked ass. It hurt. Like, it wasn't a pleasant experience at all. And that was an almost car crash. I got in... Well, saying that I got in an almost car crash is very weird, but that's kind of what I mean. I got in a lot of near car crashes in high school. Which, by the way, I didn't get my license until I was 18. So I didn't drive. I grabbed a ride from friends, and they were nice about it. They, you know, they weren't like, dude, you're dumb. Like, I paid for their gas occasionally, so it was alright. But they all drove like maniacs. Every single one of them. Fucking maniacs. Actual maniacs. Like, one of my friends, he was such a fucking idiot. But that's kind of why, like, we were friends. Everybody's dumb when they're young. That's just a fact. Everybody thinks they're invincible and they're fucking dumb when they're young. It's not that I'm not young anymore, but it's that I would consider myself intelligent enough to realize that I'm not invincible, unlike a lot of young people. But he would frequently, because obviously, you know, everybody drives over the speed limit some amount, right? Some amount. But he'd drive like 45 or so in the main road in our town, which is a 35. 45 is fine, whatever, no big deal, right? The problem arose when he would go for turns, because for... Wasn't there? There it is. For God knows what reason, he thought that the greatest... How did that hit me? How did that hit me twice? Oh my god. He thought that it was a great idea to, okay, I'm gonna fucking die. I don't actually have any damage, and I've had to fight the bloat and Peep in the same run. Yeah, I'm just gonna die. Okay. But yeah, he thought it was a great idea to just fucking turn at 45 miles an hour. Man, seems fun. Stop fucking! Why are you turning around like this, eyeballs? Did you see that? Okay, alright, okay. No. I can't actually do anything here. I'm gonna fucking die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. How does that hit me? What the fuck is that hitbox? Stop leaping! Stop leaping! Stop turning around like this! I can't avoid you! Ah! Ah! We lost. I mean, I literally can't win. That was our best chance. I just got hit 11 times in the bloat fight. Wow, what an exciting end to an exciting run. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess I'll finish the floor and see what I can do. Or in this case, what I can't do. Right, he thought it was a great idea to turn at 45. And that almost got us in a wreck like 4 times, because he's a fucking retard or something. What do I do with this? Ooh, just grab that. And we already visited the shop. Yeah, okay, this is shit, we lost. I have no way of winning. Well, I'm sorry, like, I could try for hours, and I could use up these last 8 lives, but I'm going to tell you right now, I have 0% chance of actually beating Bloat. I'll do one more attempt. If we get him low at all, I'll consider it a success. How does that hit me? What the fuck? What is that hitbox? How fucked up is that? Why did you turn around? Well, okay, alright. Nope, nope. I'm getting hit by ghosts. Stop. I'm just gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hit. I can't not get hit here. I'm getting hit by ghosts. I'm getting hit by ghosts. I'm getting hit by ghosts. I don't wanna get hit by ghosts no more. Well, he's leaping a lot less. That's very helpful. I appreciate that, Senor Bloat. And by leaping a lot less, I mean leaping a little bit less. Why? 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 Ah, get out! Oh, God! Alright, I killed him. I don't know how. I didn't believe in myself. Maybe I should have just believed in myself. Well, I guess not in myself. I should have believed in the you who believed in me. That's what I should have done. I really fucking hate the Bloat. Specifically how fucking broken his hitboxes are in general. Because they don't work. It was very clear that his hitboxes are fucked. It was very clear. I want somebody to look back at that and try and fucking figure out Bloat's hitboxes, because I clearly don't understand. Oh well. We gotta use more of the ball of bandages. That's what we gotta do. That's our chance. That's our ticket. Whew, okay. Alright. Well, I made it another floor. I'll be honest, I was like 3 seconds away from just hitting the fucking button and just exiting and being like, well, thanks for watching. I was right there. My finger was on the button. My finger was on the button. Push the button. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't even remember what that song is called. I'm assuming it's like Push the Button or something. I don't know who it's by. I don't. All I know is that that's a song. It's a good song though. It's catchy. I guess catchy doesn't always equal good though. Most pop songs are catchy, and they're not generally very good, in my opinion. And I'm saying not generally very good because there's at least one exception to my opinion on that exists right now, and that would be Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. What are you doing? Why would you shoot that much, you asshole? What the fuck was that? Oh my god, dude. This game is so mad at me. What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Damn it. Yeah, Walk the Moon is great. Whatever. Fuck this. Fuck that room. Fuck it. But yeah, anything by Walk the Moon is real good in my book. And Shut Up and Dance is very much what I would consider mainstream pop. But I like it. It's a great song. But the majority of mainstream pop suffers from a very, very unfortunate issue. Oh god, yes. Save me from this nightmare. A very unfortunate issue, a very unfortunate trap, if you will, relating to the chorus in particular. Every mainstream pop song just has to have, like, nothing but chorus. That's like a requirement to be considered mainstream pop. And listen, that's fine by me. You know, I don't really have a huge issue with songs that are nothing but chorus. Dave Grohl put it best, where the majority of music listeners feel one simple way about music, and that's don't bore us, get to the chorus. And I somewhat agree, but at the same time, you gotta have a little something in your song. You can't just have chorus. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, mainstream pop is just nothing but chorus. Like, there was some song by some fucking rapper that I don't give a singular shit about that was on the radio when we were driving into the city to visit my brother. And because when we go on, like, family trips and shit, of course, I'm not the one who determines the radio. That would be my mom, because she doesn't like music, except for her very mainstream pop music tastes. But it was like, I guess it wasn't a pop song. It was like R&B or something like that, right? A genre that I care so little about that I don't actually even know what it truly means. And that's okay. But it was some like R&B song, and I was paying attention to it, and I'm like, there were 7 words in that song, repeated over and over. There was like, baby, I love you, and then a couple others just thrown in there. And if you want to consider like noises that the rapper makes, like, ugh, yeah, then like maybe there were more than 7. But there was no meat. It was just a fucking baby, I love you, and that was it. And that was the song. That literally was it, right? Fuck, was that? But like, I mean, I'm not like a music critic, you know, and I understand that the chorus exists to have something to latch onto, so the average listener can actually enjoy the song, right? Like, some people like to know words to songs to enjoy them. Most people like to know the words to a song, at least somewhat, which is why Pumped Up Kicks was such a hit. But I get that, and I understand that, you know, that's the design, and the whole like mostly chorus design is just, that's the way to make it big in the mainstream when it comes to music. And I get that. I totally do. But how can people enjoy that? I don't understand how people can actually enjoy it. And I'm fine with songs that have 0 lyrics at all. I don't want to hear some fucking random rapper that I don't give a shit about make fucking stupid noises with his chest. I guess most of the weird noises come from the chest or the throat, right? Like, I don't need to hear that for fucking 4 minutes, and then the other 30 seconds filled up with baby, I love you. I guess some people really just are super down on themselves and just need to hear baby, I love you or something. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's not my music. That's the main thing I do understand. But that's like a similar trap. It's not just R&B, it's, I mean, pop. Pop falls into that trap all the time. And honestly, Shut Up and Dance kind of falls into that trap like a lot. But I don't fucking care, because the actual like backing track to it, the instrument part of the song is so fucking good. Also, the singer's voice is incredible. And it's not some dude who like inhaled what's that? There's like a chemical that you can inhale, and it's like a very heavy chemical. It's, most people refer to it as like the opposite of helium, which is not scientifically the case, but it's a heavy gas, and people have been known to inhale it to get a deeper voice. I don't care. I don't need to hear some dude who did that talk about having sex at the club or whatever the fuck. I don't care. That doesn't interest me. And I mean, in fairness, Shut Up and Dance, the lyrics don't really interest me either, but they're catchy, they're unique. They actually portray a storyline rather than like, went to the club, got hammered, had sex, right? That's like the majority of story in most mainstream songs nowadays, unfortunately. Unless you're a boy band, and then it's all about body positivity for young girls or something. Which is fine. But that's not something I give a shit about in music. Especially when there's no fucking body positivity for guys and people are like, yeah, but little girls are... They see these images of supermodels and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, have you turned on the TV? Do you frequently see guys who are not fucking Adonis? Because I don't. Everybody's a goddamn Adonis. And I'm okay with it sometimes. I'm fine with it. I can live with it. Mostly because I understand the media. I'm not one of those people who just soaks it in and is like, I need to look like this. But there was a time in my life where I fucking hated the way I looked. Absolutely. I think most guys have experienced that shit. But nobody talks about it. Welcome to, you know, the gender issues. Yeah, I mean, in some cases, like, I'm fine with the dudes being Adonis because they're fucking great otherwise as well. Like, Chris Pratt, I'd consider him a bit of an Adonis now, although he didn't used to be that way. He used to be pretty fucking chubby, but he lost a lot of weight for Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he got picked up for Jurassic World, and he got even more in shape. And as a entirely straight male, I will say, he looks fucking good. He's one of those people where I don't fucking care that that's the body image that, you know, little boys are being compared to, I guess. I don't know. I'm struggling to articulate my thoughts right now, and I don't know why. Oh, sweet. We're guppy. Are we gonna actually win this run when I like entirely gave up on it? I feel like that's exactly what's happening. Fuck, dude. I feel bad now. But at least I didn't give up, right? It counts for something. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I think we're actually going to win this run. Now that I'm Guppy, I think it's almost guaranteed. Unfortunately, Guppy doesn't quite have the perfect synergy. Not quite. Because I don't spawn flies from Tech 2 or Little Brimstone. Those are two things that do not spawn flies at all. However, I do have plenty of bullets. And I have Hive Mind, so I don't need to spawn too many flies anyway. Just a few will be alright. Fuck it. Why not? Okay. This is a very bizarre room. Have I ever seen this room before? I don't know. Weird. I don't think so. That feels like a very new room. Oh well. Fucking die! Damn it! Fuck, dude, why don't you shoot, little brimstone? You can hear me click-clacking away and removing the... That would be a murloc, in case anybody's wondering. I don't do a gray murloc. But I'd say it's okay. Yeah, sweet. I'll take a small rock. That's actually real good. The main issue with this run was a lack of damage, and I think we're sorting that out pretty quickly at this point. Big rooms. Hey, this is actually a big room I can deal with. Thank fuck. Okay. Whew. So, I was playing some Hearthstone today, and I gotta tell you, there is exactly one deck in Hearthstone now that I can say consistently pisses me the fuck off, and that would be Control Warrior. If you don't know how Control Warrior works in Hearthstone, basically, you have a max amount of life at 30. That's actually a pretty significant difference compared to Magic. How, in Magic, if you gain life, you can go above your starting life total. That's not a problem at all. In Hearthstone, you can't. Things have maximum health. And reason being is that things can also just get healed, right? So, it doesn't necessarily add depth, but it's just different depth, right? So, there is one way to get more life, sort of, and that's through armor. Armor is essentially just bonus life, but it's different than just getting life, because you can go over 30 with it, of course, but for a couple other very minor things as well, but that's the main one. Warrior has a lot of ways to gain armor. And what Control Warrior tries to do... Oh, sweet. No. What Control Warrior generally tries to do is get a lot of armor. Loads of armor, right? Just tons of it. Just stack on the armor. Try to survive until they have enough mana, and then they just throw their fucking wallet at you and you die. Right? That's what it does. That's the aim of Control Warrior. And when I say throw their wallet at you, I kind of mean it. Like, in Hearthstone, sure, fuck it. In Hearthstone, there are different rarities of cards. One of which being Legendary, which are the most powerful cards generally. Some of them are not very high power, they're just Legendary because they have a very unique effect. Similar to Mythics in Magic the Gathering. But the thing about Legendaries is that your deck, your 30-card deck, which can have 2 of any other card that you put in it, can only have 1 of each Legendary that is eligible for the deck, depending on class and blah, blah, blah. Right? Well, the reason that Control Warrior is so good is because the Legendaries they play are fucking nuts. Just nuts. Right? And the reason that... Okay, Libra's bad. The others are pretty bad too. The reason that it's so fucking... It works so well is because compared to all the other classes, Warrior has the easiest way of surviving the early game, right? They have the easiest way of surviving to mid to late game, just due to the fact that they can gain so much armor. Their hero power, in fact, is gained to armor. And the reason that I say throw their wallet at you is because it's a collectible card game, right? There's no trading or anything. So in order to get a shitload of legendaries, you more or less have to spend real money. And a good amount of it, too. Legendaries are I don't know how I didn't get hit. Legendaries drop roughly at a 1 in 20 rate in a pack. Right? So, and in order to get 20 packs, you need to spend, what is it, around like 25 to 30 bucks, somewhere in that region. 20 bucks gets you 15 packs, right? And I know, obviously, that's not how to think about, a good way to think about statistics is that, like, well, you need to buy 20 packs in order to get a legendary. But, like, that's over the long time span, that's how it ends up being, right? Over a large enough sample size that is representative. And so, Control Warriors spend a lot of money, because they run a lot of legendaries. They run, generally, Dr. Boom, they run Baron Geddon, sometimes they run, like, Rag, Thorson. I don't know how many of them run Lotheb, probably not too many. I'm trying to think of all the legendaries. They play a lot. They play, like, 6 or 7 legendaries. And normally, 6 or 7 legendaries in a deck, especially top end, like, top of the curve ones. Oh, they'll also run, like, some of the dragons, like Ysera and shit. Normally, running that many legendaries at that high of mana cost is very detrimental because you'll just die in early game. Not Warrior. You have Shield Block, which is 3 mana, gain 5 armor, draw a card. It replaces itself and gives you 5 armor. That's pretty fucking nuts. Not only is that a card, but with all their tons of armor, they can kill your creatures real easy. Like, real easy, because they have Shield Slam, which does 1 damage to a minion for how much armor you have. And considering they have 2 armor in their back pocket at any given moment... Oh, and Shield Slam's 1 mana, by the way. A single mana. They have 2 armor in their back pocket at any given moment. Shield Slam will never be less than a deal 2 to a minion, which they can also, if they have no way of getting more armor to deal with your guy, normally they will. Normally they'll have like a Shield Block, Hero Power Shield Slam, which is just 7 damage to your minion, which it probably won't survive. But even if they can't kill it with Shield Slam, they have Execute, which is a 1 mana destroy a damaged minion. Oh, well, that's dandy. That's phenomenal. I love it. How is there not a super secret room? Excuse me? Wait. No, I blew that up with a bomb. Ah, confusing myself. Okay. So yeah, basically Warrior has a trillion ways of surviving early game, and then they just throw their wallet at you and it fucking obliterates you, right? Why does this piss me off so much? Well, because I play against Warriors, assuming they're patron, right? You generally, when it comes to mulligans and early game decision making in Hearthstone, you want to more or less kind of decide that they are the aggro variant of whatever class they're playing, right? And like, I could assume that they're literally face warrior, but that's not really a thing anymore. So I just assume they're patron, because that's the kind of deck that just kind of obliterates you if you're not expecting it, right? They will just destroy you if you use up your anti-patron cards too early in the matchup. So I play assuming they're patron. And the thing is, patron decks now started playing Shield Block, Shield Slam, right? So I see Shield Block and I'm like, oh, it's still be patron. And I'm like saving all these cards and blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, he might go for like a combo turn. I can't get OTK'd. Okay, we're good. I'll figure it out. I have like 3 spells to deal with the patrons after the fact. Oh, and you just played Baron Geddon. Okay, well fuck. I guess I lost then. And then my board is swept, and then I fucking lose because he plays Baron Geddon, and then the next turn he plays Ragnaros, and then he hits me in the face for 7 with Baron Geddon, and then Rag just shoots me in the face for 8, and then I'm dead. And it fucking sucks. But whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already so you can see more Isaac in the future. And, stay safe on the roads, guys. And learn to fucking drive. God damn it. If you're one of those people who can't drive, fuck you. You suck. Fuck.